One of the questions that people ask me most commonly is, what's the best diet that they should be consuming? That's a little bit like asking, when they've got 6 birthday presents wrapped up in front of them in different coloured wrapping paper, which is the best birthday present? It's just covering, it's just labelling. So it really depends underneath the label what's actually being eaten. So you can have very healthy vegetarians, vegan, pescatarians, paleo, and you can have very unhealthy. If you're eating a diet that's full of processed foods, it doesn't matter what your label is, it's not actually contributing much to your body. If you have a very narrow diet, whatever you label it, if you're only consuming a dozen foods and not across the broad range of nutrients that you require, your body's not going to thrive either. So the question I always start off with is, what does the body require to thrive? And once you know what the elements are that you should be including in your diet, you then choose which particular options suit you most. So most people have some kind of nutrient deficiency, and when you're sticking to a very strict regime, you have more likelihood of endangering your health by missing out some main nutrients. So what do I mean by that? So most people are really familiar with macronutrients. So we eat plenty of protein, probably far too many carbs in some respect, and fats. But many of us don't really understand, because the micronutrients are more complicated, what it requires and the amounts required daily for each of the micronutrients. So it's essential, for instance, for vegetarians, vegans that aren't eating meat, to get their B12 from a different source, because most sources of B12 are from animal products. Iodine's another example. So iodine is predominantly available in seaweed, although in small quantities in other types of foods. But if you're not having enough iodine, your thyroid's not working. So it's really important that your starting point is, what does the body need to actually function? And when I mean function, we are a very, very sophisticated machine. We're led to believe that we're just skin and bones, but actually we're probably the most highly sophisticated computer system on Earth. And food actually acts like software to the hardware of our body. So everything that we take in has got a myriad, millions of different functions in every moment that the body's doing. And the micronutrients work together to ensure that this all happens, from triggering a brain neuron to enable you to think, to producing the right level of hormones, so you're able to sleep, that you're active and lively during the day, that you metabolize food properly, and that you're able to reproduce children if that's your desire. So all of these things are actually fed by what we eat. And when we lack a whole range of different nutrients, that then starts becoming illness. And it's believed that 70% of medical conditions are actually as a result of us not getting the right nutrients on a daily basis. So my advice is to pay a little bit more attention to your nutrients, and instead of counting calories, count your nutrients. I hope that helps.